All right, we're on the air today on the show on the
Oh
Guns
yeah.
Radio podcast. Dude, it's our pregame for our big summer party that we're going to be talking about in just a minute. We're going to be doing that because we're also going to be joined by a band called Advents. They're a metalcore band from the outskirts of the great city of New York. That's going to be coming up a little bit later on the show. What else are we doing today, Chris?
Oh, we got some more, some more good old guns and radio stuff. We're talking some rock and roll headline news, quite a bevy of other things. So we got an interview, we got our song review. By the way, we're reviewing Adler once again. It's been a while, so
Yeah,
definitely want to tune in later on in the show for us reviewing some Adler.
your
This is just
diamonds.
Adler, not Adler's Appetite stuff. So
No, we're going to be talking your diamonds. Okay,
the
babe.
jams.
Your diamonds. Okay. And that's going to be happening. Plus, I got to show you something I stumbled upon. You know, a few years ago, we kind of teased at it.
Oh
The
yes.
Vince Neil calls a psychic when I was listening to these radio shows on the internet that I figured out don't screen callers. So
Yeah.
Vince Neil's going to call a psychic, and that fake phone call, phony phone call, prank call, whatever you want to call it, has been found,
And we
and we're
will be playing
actually
it in this episode
it
in
only
full.
it only took like 2 years. We'll talk about what the fuck happened with that also, and we've got one big summer announcement, and that's coming up right after this.
Listen, motherfuckers, to the show that should be heard. Download on your smartphone the show that you deserve. Streaming fucking bullshit, you know that's what we are. Podcast full of madness, isn't that absurd?
What's up, Caputo?
Dustin
Are you
Bones,
excited,
even
man?
though you're just a frozen image on my side here, I can still hear and feel the energy and the presence here. It's episode 222
That's
of the
right.
Guns and Radio podcast. We got some announcements going on. Should we save that for later on, or we just
Oh hell
go
no!
ahead
We're
and
gonna
blow the
make that
load?
a. We're gonna blow the load on the announcement right now. And we're gonna blow.
Like just like that.
Yeah, just right in your face. We're gonna blow this announcement right now. Okay, listen, guys. Starting in June of 2023, Guns and Radio is proud to present the Sounds of Summer. It's an all new exclusive interview series that will feature some of the best names in rock music. So tune in to hear their stories and jam out to some of their greatest hits.
Yeah, man. We're gonna be dropping episodes all summer long. That's referencing the title. And
That's
you
right.
never know who's gonna be stopping by, guys. We got quite a list already going up. We already got
We really
interviews
do.
planned like 2 months from now. So
Yeah, we
slowly but
do,
surely,
man.
we're all getting it there. If you're looking for some new bands, some bands you already know and just want to get more insight into them, don't you don't want to miss out on our big summer interview series here. So wherever you are listening, or if you're watching on Spotify, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be coming at you in your feed all summer long with some interviews from everyone throughout the world of rock music.
That's right, man. We've got all kinds of levels too. We've got musicians you've never heard of, but you should be talking about.
Hell
And
yeah.
then we've got some legends thrown in there that may not be, maybe. I use the word legend, but let me tell it to you this way: it's going to be some legends, at least to me, because a couple of these guys I'm really the fuck excited about. So, yeah, if you're looking to add some new bands to your playlist, then don't miss a beat. Subscribe today and join us right here on the Guns and Radio feed for the Sounds of Summer. And I do want to say that we're going to be posting the audio version of each of these interviews as a standalone bonus episode in the feed as they happen. Plus, they're going to be segments. So if you want to see everything go down, you want the visual, you'll have to tune in to Guns and Radio on Spotify. But we will also be dropping these as audio highlights all throughout the summer
Yes.
too.
Yeah,
So,
because we figured, people would want to just, come for the interview. You could just can have that as well too. So you get
oh
the
hell
best
yeah,
of both worlds with us, man. We're kind of like, I guess you'd be like the Miley Cyrus to my Hannah Montana. I don't know.
Wait, so I'm the crazy one. Okay, so I'm the one with their ass hanging out, swinging on a wrecking ball.
Hey, this isn't 2012, man. No, we're taking it. This is Disney Channel.
And now you're the one that's like the nice Disney Channel
This
version.
was before she fucking started dating a Hemsworth brother and smoked weed. So this is before she realized that she could buy herself flowers, which is that song. That's another rant I can go on about that song, which I can save.
Miley Cyrus, one marijuana later. I came in with a wrecking ball.
One weed cigarette later.
Marijuana, not even once.
Don't let white chicks smoke this shit.
Oh man, yeah, I'm excited for the sounds of summer though. I think you guys are going to enjoy it, and the best part is if you want a little taste of what that's going to be like, you don't even have to wait on it, because the Sounds of Summer pregame is today on the Guns and Radio podcast. We're going to be pre-gaming with the band Advents. We're going to be talking to them about their music. We're going to be talking to them about their lives. And they don't have a music video out yet for us to rock out to like we did with Alex Carr last week. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to their song, Match My Misery. And we're going to listen to it with them together. Kind of Guns and Radio style, man, the way we do all of our songs.
Get a review in there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. They'll get to explain, because I've listened to the song. I did do my homework this week, and it is a pretty deep song, so I'm pretty excited to talk to them about it. But I'm not going to talk too much about that here, though, because we've got to go, because they're waiting on us right now. So let's hit play on that right now. Guns and Radio podcast, the sounds of summer. So this is why we need sound effects right now for the
The soundboard for sure.
Do you have? Will these the React things work, Dustin? Or
oh yeah, we do have those.
The clap. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we've got like 5 sound effects. Oh wow, and it doesn't even fade out. What's this?
Well, that's it. That's a shitty.
That's it. Jesus, I could burp louder than that.
You can make one with like I can go like this and do it.
We're only going to use practical sound effects on this show. So when you see over here with an air horn pissing off my neighbors, and that'd be great. That'd be great. It's great radio. Well, guys, we're kicking off the Sounds of Summer. Now, I know it's not quite summer yet, but that's why we're calling this the pregame for the Guns and Radio Sounds of Summer series. We are here with the band Advents. And, guys, we're going to talk to these guys. We're going to listen to their song, Match My Misery, here in just a minute. We're going to listen to it together. And we're not one of those things where you just get to listen to the song. You think the DJs on TV, on the radio are annoying. We actually talk during the song. So if you want to hear the song without us talking all through it, you'll just have to go to their website and hear it for yourself.
Yeah.
So, but you guys came together and you formed, and then now this is what sucks, Chris. Let's get a load of this. Okay. So these guys just formed their band. Mm-hmm. They're about to get started, and then guess what happens?
What's that?
COVID.
Oh my God.
So how close was it from the time you guys were starting to get out there to the time when COVID shut all the shit down?
I think the best way to like explain that is that I got COVID from our producer.
Oh shit.
So I guess like it was the point where we were recording the songs and he was just kind of like hey, like this COVID thing's crazy, man, and yada 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 and whatever. And he's like, oh, by the way, I might be a little I might be getting it for all I know, because I feel a little congested. And like he was doing like some harm ideas like in the vocal on the mic on the pop filter, and like being like up to it, and then I'm up to it, and then I get home and 2 days later I just feel like complete trash. So if that doesn't give you a good like indication of like when COVID started, like it was like pretty much like maybe like when the actual like lockdowns. Maybe I think like a few weeks before the lockdown started. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So he came up to you and he was like, "Hey, Spence."
Yeah. Literally.
Hey man, there's this virus going around. You might want to watch out for it. Hey man, let me get a sip of that drink you got there.
Actually, I think we might have even shared the drink with him at some point. Yeah, that's possible.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Hang on. Sorry, I spit a little back. I'm sorry, I drank too much. But yeah, y'all be careful for this virus.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm the only one who got it. They didn't get it, so.
Oh no, is he okay? He didn't die, did he? And I'm sitting here making fun of him.
I mean, no, he's a.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, the producer in that was actually the. He didn't know he had it though. It wasn't an intentional thing. He's actually the Einstein Kills, the guitarist from Einstein Kills.
Okay.
Ricky Armelino, yeah. So.
All right, nice.
Very nice. Love that.
Oh, good. I probably should have. I should have checked that. I should have life checked before.
It's all good.
It's
all good. It's all good.
Not the first time we've made fun of a dead person and didn't know it.
Oh no, that would have been bad. That would have been bad.
Or we record the show and then
you cut it out.
And then while it's waiting to come out, somebody will die that we've made fun of before we have a chance to call it back and edit it, and then we just have to come back awkwardly. Oh, sorry about that.
That would have been bad. Yeah, for sure.
Oh man. So tell me about the name Advents. Where does that come from? Where did you guys land this idea?
Koza, do you want me to say it or do you want to say it?
Yeah, it's all you. It was your idea, so.
It was. So originally we actually went by the name Ashen, was ASHN. And the funny thing is, which I guess is kind of a good thing that COVID kind of hit, because there was another metalcore band, same genre, that came out maybe 2-3 months before we were going to drop our first song. So they came out and they actually it wasn't like, a random band. Like, they put out their song. It was good. It was quality. And then, they started, it seemed like they're going to actually go somewhere. Like, they could go somewhere. So we're like, let's not go to change our name to Ashen. We didn't put the E in it. Like they did it ASHEN. We had ASHN. But we said, we'll just make another name. So I was like, since COVID was the thing and we were all kind of just like, waiting for these songs, because we were so happy with them, sitting with them and whatnot. I was like, Advent, Advent is like the definition of something that's like important and notable, and like I felt like we, at least I could say as a whole, like we all thought the songs, like we were all excited to release them. They held meaning to all of us in some shape or form. So that's kind of like Advents meaning like our music is our Advents, like it's important to like us.
Well, is that something that's happened? Because I think I saw when I was looking and doing my research, there's actually another band called Advents.
All right, so there's two. There's one Advents so we're Advents with the S as well. So it's Advents, and then there's Advents, which is like, I think there's like a Malaysian band called Advents or something like Philippine. I don't know where they're from. And then there's another band called Advent, which is a hardcore band. And people sometimes get mad that our name's Advents because they're like, you guys are the shitty Advents. Like, we're Advents, they're Advent. Leave us alone.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So
no.
Yeah.
So are you guys just gonna see it through then? You're like, okay, well fuck it, we've come this far. Because we talked last week about how changing the name of a band can be the kiss of death.
Yeah, Koza, you can go into that if you want.
Yeah, we've had some conversation about it, but it's just kind of like kind of exists over our heads, but we're like, this is kind of our identity now. Like it would be, I think we're just going to lean into it, honestly, unless something becomes a problem down the line in some way.
We got the trademark, so fuck it.
yeah, pretty much. We do.
Yeah, there you go.
We have the LLC at least.
Well, hey, that's something.
Yeah.
That's something. But see, these Advents is a metalcore band. Now, see, Chris, I'm learning stuff because last week I learned what a core band was. So see, this is a good thing. It's giving me an education in the sounds. So I've got host a music podcast. I already know this kind of shit, but old. I'm just now learning it. So now tell me, is this the correction of metalcore? So you guys are going to have a breakdown at some point in this song, and I hear that's what we need to have. to be called metalcore?
I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to, in a general sense, I guess you could say that's an important aspect of it. But I think there's actually even a lot of metalcore bands that sometimes they don't have breakdowns in their songs, which is actually it's rare, but it happens.
See, now I'm confused again. Now.
Yeah, I mean,
to be fair, I play in a metalcore band and I'm confused. So here,
yeah, actually, I agree. I sentiment that as well. Yes.
So you guys are from New York, and it says on your profile you're from the outskirts of New York. Where at in the city are you located?
So by outskirts, it's pretty much like, I guess we more so mean like, so we're all mixed from New Jersey and New York.
Okay.
Where there's I guess it's me and Chappie who live in and Christian, our bassist as well, who live in New Jersey. Actually, we just got a new bassist, so 3 of us used to be in New York, and now only 2 of them are in New York. So I'm in New Jersey, but we all live close to the city, so we all relatively say I guess that's why we were the outskirts.
Okay, so
the only one who actually lives in the city is Seb, our guitarist. He lives in the Bronx.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. So you guys don't live like far away. Here's the thing, Chris. When you start getting into New York, something could be like, I don't know, 5-6 miles away, and that's like an hour-long drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How far?
Yeah.
How far separated are you guys? Is like getting together for rehearsals a pain in the ass because of just living in the city?
Cozy, you can take it.
It's not too bad. It's probably the worst for Seb, honestly, coming from the Bronx over the bridge and stuff. We're all relatively close. I would say within probably
30
like
minutes,
half hour,
30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Anything,
Yeah,
man.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So when did you guys actually first get to perform live?
I love it. It's actually funny because every interview we do, people ask us that, and it's just like I have to always give them the same answer. It's like we never actually played a live show before. If you don't count, if you don't count,
I mean, as
a
a
basement
band.
show, as a band, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've got to start somewhere, though. You'll get out there and get to doing that eventually. I mean, think in New York, I mean, there should be some of those. Do you guys have any of those singer-songwriter kind of clubs that you can just show up at and they do open mics and shit?
So it's not necessarily that we don't have options to do shows. I mean, there's so many. We know a lot of people who we know some promoters. We have plenty of opportunities to play shows. Mm-hmm. But it's not necessarily something we focused on from the get-go. The thing that we wanted to focus on the most was, promoting our band and kind of growing a fan base. That's doing shows is fun. It's fun for us. But we feel like, it's definitely something we're going to be doing. Hopefully this year we'll have our first show. But it's something we kind of like. We rather like right now we've been, there's so many people we know that want us to play shows, but for us, we were just more like, the shows are cool and like we can sell. Like, if we don't have an audience, who's gonna want to come up see us? Who's gonna want to buy merch? Who's gonna want to do any of this stuff? And we also don't want to like we want to play. If we're gonna play a show, we want to make sure it's gonna be something that's worth it for us and for our fans. So it's something that we've been like wanting to do, but something that isn't necessarily our priority. Our priority is releasing good music and making sure we get it to the people who could like it and and become fans and whatnot.
Well, releasing good music is something that you do, definitely. So we're going to take a look right now. We're going to listen to the song that I have here. What was it? Match My Misery.
Yep.
Is what we're going to listen to. We're going to hit play on that right now. Let's take a listen.
All right.
I think you guys are going to like this. What bands would you say have inspired your sound?
In this case, I mean, there's so many. A lot of modern bands like While She Sleeps, all the way back to like bands like Pantera. You know, it could range from really anybody. Within the metal, and even like EDM music too. Because we like to incorporate a lot of like synths and thundercore music as well. So it's important.
Okay. Well, that's awesome, man. Like, who's? Okay, so it says it's featuring Afterlife. Who is that?
Afterglow. I get close, so you could say it.
Oh yeah, Afterglow. They're another metalcore band in the same general scene. They're actually from Mexico City, and they just jumped on a feature later on in the song. The singer takes a couple verses, or the bridge, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
It was just something we wanted to throw in, change up the dynamic a little bit.
So did they send you the tracks? How did you mix it then?
Yeah, we kind of collaborated. Obviously, we're not in Mexico, so they sent over the takes that we kind of sent them the section that we wanted, and they were super easy to work with. I mean, it was within like a day. They sent some takes back, and they were pretty much perfect. So it was really easy.
What's been the reception that you've got ever since you've released this? Because it's been what? It looks like it's been a pretty good while.
Yeah, it's. I think it's been out for what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks. It's been out for it's only been out for like a week and a few days.
Last Friday, not this past Friday, the Friday before. It's been great so far. I think people are really, really liking it. It's we were kind of worried going into this one, to be honest, because it's a little different from our first four. But yeah, it's the reception has been pretty good so far.
We're gonna track it for just a minute here.
Yep. This is the feature, by the way.
Okay, so this is Afterglow?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really good, guys. Like, I'm serious. This is a really good song. What were you thinking about when you were writing this? Or who did you guys write this? Who wrote it?
It was us and our producer Randy Pasquarella. He's also in another metalcore band. If I Were You is the name of the band. But we worked on it. We brought him in a song, and we just went to work on it. The song itself has, I guess, a meaning behind of like, you'd say it's like, I guess, I wouldn't say it's like a breakup song, but it's more so just like a song where, if you cared about somebody, you lose somebody as a friend, or, rather somebody you're in a relationship with, and how, like, you could sometimes be the only one who has any emotion in that situation, and while the other person kind of just feels like, you kind of feel like they don't care about you. That was the general meaning of the song, but I actually wrote it about one of our guitarists when he was going through something, so this one pretty much went out to him in that sense.
Yeah, I was reading the lyrics as it was going on, and it is pretty. You can tell it's very deep. What about the rest of your songs? Does everything follow this kind of melodic kind of sound that you have in this one?
No, actually, I mean, I guess, Koza, I feel like you could answer this better than me.
Yeah, I think it's across all of the songs. There's a general theme of, like, you got a chorus that's a little catchier, and then there's some aggressive parts. There's the breakdowns and stuff. We have like 4 other songs right now that are done that'll be coming out later this year, and one of them is like totally different than what you just heard. It's like the most aggressive thing we've done yet. So we're pretty excited because we all come from different backgrounds too. Like, and I think we all kind of bring it to this. Like, we aren't all just like metalcore kids, I guess you could say. It's like we bring our own influence to it, and like Spiz was saying earlier, there's like the electronic element, there's the heavy element, there's the emotional element, and we kind of just go in. And, there's a lot of like choirs in our stuff. So, and that's a pretty cool process too. Like we kind of just get friends together and we track it ourselves and then throw it in. And the whole creative process of how everything comes together is pretty cool. So there's no real formula though. It's just like, that song was the lightest thing we've done probably, and then it's going to be the totally opposite end of the spectrum later this year. So, yeah.
So, are you going to be releasing any music videos to go with this?
This one, no. This song was kind of just we did this one. I think before we recorded our other four, and we thought about it and we considered it, but then we decided we're just gonna we had time, but we also didn't have time, so we kind of wanted to put this one out as like kind of a refresher since we haven't had a song out in maybe I think it's been like how long, like Koza, like what, like 8 months or something.
Yes, I think the last single was last like August, so it was a good amount of time. But we do have videos out for the first 4 songs, and then the next couple will have videos. So
the next 4 will also have videos.
This is the only one that won't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're putting together the song, like you said, you used a lot of evangelic hymns and things like that in your song. How do you decide where that's going to go? What's that part of the songwriting process look like?
You mean like the hymn stuff? You mean like the choir stuff and all that?
Yeah, the choir. I don't know why I said hymns.
It's okay. I guess like more so is just like I mean it's usually my call. Like I'm the one who usually is like, all right, like I feel like this would be really cool here because. So one of my favorite bands is While She Sleeps, and they have a lot of that choir-y stuff in it. So I always feel like it always adds to their song. So I'm like, let's see what I could do here in this song. Just something I feel like you just always just add. So in like this song, I was like, I heard as we were writing it, I was just like, oh, right here, like we're gonna repeat that intro section, and we'll have it as a choir instead, and then we'll change it up and kind of have it like this crescendo at the end of everyone singing together. So it's kind of just like it depends the song.
So you kind of just know going into it as you're recording it, you've already kind of got it in your mind where you're going to put these little accents and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have one in this song, and we also have one in the first song we released, which was called Relentless, and then I think we have one in one of the new songs as well. So it's definitely something I like to stick to. It doesn't have to be in every song. But if its song can benefit from it, I'll throw it in there. I'll never force it.
So when you guys do start to get out and start to play in different places, have you guys came up with like a business plan or something to put you on the road?
Koza?
I think strategically picking, like Spiz was saying earlier, like what shows we play and when and how is like paramount to everything. We haven't come up with like a specific plan yet for it, but we toss ideas around. Usually it just starts with like a message from Spiz or me being like, hey, what if we did this? And we have an idea coming up maybe for something we could do for a video that involves the show, and that's not set in stone, but we're always talking about like strategy stuff, and that's a big way that the band started too, was just from the beginning we were like, let's not hop into just like playing for no reason right off the bat. Like, let's take this step by step. And again, like he was saying, it's always surprising to people that we haven't played yet. I mean, we all have show experience in other bands and stuff and whatever, but this project in particular, we wanted to just go single by single. And to be honest, we didn't even have enough material to play a show, so we weren't going to hop on something and play 3 songs and then call it. So now we're at 5 songs out. By the end of this year, next year, we'll have 9. So I think we'll be in a better position to play a set that's a little bit more meaningful.
Yeah, I agree. What other bands have you guys played in, or do you currently play in other bands also?
I think my answer is going to be way shorter than Koza's. But I mean, I only been in bands that I formed. I've helped out like bands here and there with like if it's been like a cover band or something like that. But before this band, I was only in 2 other bands, and those were bands I formed. So I mean, besides that, relatively nothing. I just more to myself. But I know Koza has a way more longer, extensive history than I do.
Yeah, I don't have to get. I could get in depth if you want me to, but yeah, the short of it is, same thing early on. Yeah, various iterations of cover bands and garage bedroom bands, whatever. And then before this band, I was in a band called, or I played for a band called Black Satellite out of New York City, and we did some touring during, I guess it was 2000. I think it was 21. And that was pretty cool. Opened for some bigger names like Nita Strauss and John Ive, bands like that, or people like that. And then I'm actually leaving next week to do a tour with a band called Awake at Last, filling in for them on drums. And then I'm actually going out to do some teching for Nita Strauss.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm trying to just stay busy, stay active. But this band is kind of like our baby, and we want to see it go as far as we can. But
oh, sure.
Yeah.
When you get called out to go play for another band, how much prep time do you have to actually learn the songs?
In this case, my last band, I guess I'll start there. It was, I had a lot more time because it was like COVID was thrown into that, and I was just sitting on the songs for a while, and it was an opening set. For this tour I'm doing coming up, I had about 2 weeks to learn like 13 songs, which is because it's a headliner, and that's while working like 3 jobs. So,
God damn.
Yeah, it's not that the songs are the hardest songs in the world, but it's just remembering structure and how they go. And, this song only repeats twice in this part, but it sounds like this other song, and like just wrapping your head around that. So one of my jobs is teaching drum lessons. So I would just kind of clock out for the day and then stay in the room and just run through everything and hate my life for a little bit and be like, all right, it'll be better tomorrow. Go home and
gather around, kids. Today we're learning songs from the death metal band.
No, to be honest, I had a student that didn't care. He never cares what we do. So I'm like, oh, we're going to do this song that I have to learn.
Yeah. Here and help me out, kid.
It was like 2 birds, 1 stone because he liked it. And he was like, oh, it's pretty cool because he thought it was cool that I was going out and doing it. So, but yeah, nice. I mean, it's in the moment you're kind of like, what am I doing? But it's after you do it, you're like, oh, this is actually sick. And I kind of proved to myself that I could get through something like that. So,
yeah, that's got to take some fucking endurance, especially on drums. Drums always looks physical. I don't know if I could do that. That looks like a lot of work.
It's all your limbs, and you're trying to think through what comes next. And that was also like a lot of this I did after teaching for like 5 hours. So by the end of the day, I'm just like, I hate this instrument. I just want to go home.
I can't see your picture, but you must be ripped. Let's see if I can pick you out of the lineup here, since I've never seen you guys, don't know what you look like, but I've got your photo here. Let's see. Okay, you're the guy with the super jacked arms. Okay.
Oh no, wait, no.
That's Spiz.
I was kidding. Everybody's in jackets in this photo. I can't see.
Well, for the record,
because Spiz is astronaut, like he's huge. So you got that right.
And I do play the drums too. So
and he does play the drums.
Well, there you go. So you said you're going to have to Goku it. You're going to have to put some weights on your wrists, kids, and start learning drum solos. Actually, you know what? I was bullshitting around, but that'd probably be one way to get my ass in the gym, and sure ain't fucking doing it the way they've been doing it. I am not interested.
Well, I'll tell you right now, playing the drums is probably one of the best workouts you can do, because even though you're exhausted, as long as you enjoy it, you'll keep playing. You know what I mean? You won't stop.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
So how much cardio goes into that when you're out there and you're playing on stage? Like, is cardio really all that important?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty active in general, like with lifting and stuff. So it definitely helps. I do, I used to be better with cardio at the gym. I've kind of slacked on that, but I guess playing drums as much as I do every week, it kind of helps. I'm doing a lot of double kick stuff, and definitely requires a lot of energy, and also knowing how to use energy and conserve, and I'm not going crazy the entire time, because especially the Advent stuff, there's a lot of fast foot stuff that's constantly changing. And even when we practice, I'm like, guys, can we take 5 before we run this again?
It's usually when we shoot the videos, I feel like it's probably the hardest, because I mean, I like Koza, obviously I play the drums too, but the way I play way harder than he does. But I know when we shoot the videos, he's playing really hard, and you can tell he's just super exhausted, like he's dying. And if I can induce a story here, one of the first videos we shot, which was for Relentless, the guy's AC wasn't working, and it was, I think if I'm correct, it was the summer, And if you ever do watch that video, you can see us, and we're all dying, like because we're all dying because it's like I think it was like had to be like 90 degrees in there, and we were just we were shooting for like 8 hours straight, and it was just mania. So like we were all like, I pulled my back during the shoot. Koza was like fucking like almost passed out on the kit. It was a good time, but yeah, the drum. Yeah,
what's the name of the song?
Relentless. Yeah,
okay. There's certain shots in that video where you see my face and I'm kind of like wincing, and it's 100% legit. Like I was dying towards the end.
Oh yeah,
I've got it loading.
We're proud of that one. So
yeah, it's probably our favorite. I think it's safe to say it's our favorite song and video. Majority of us in the band, as of right now. I guess it's a special song, I guess, for us.
The Spotify numbers agree so far too. So
yeah,
for whatever that's worth.
How are you doing on those?
It's growing steadily. I mean, we're somewhere. I mean, if you want specifics, I can give you.
Oh no, you don't. No. I ain't asking for specifics. I'm just asking, like, are you seeing an amount of growth that's like what's the word I'm looking for? Satisfying to you and your goal?
Never. It's never satisfying.
It's never more. We look at the numbers and we'll always get down on them, and we're like, oh, this isn't good enough. And then I'm like, I try to put it into perspective, I think, more than most in the band, because everybody's just like, this is like, we got to keep going. And I agree. But then I'm like, think about, like, if you put all these people in a room, that's a lot of fucking people. And then they're like, yeah, I guess. So,
yeah.
You know,
that's one thing about the internet, though, is you have to keep in mind and account for that all of the people aren't, like with television, you'd have a viewing area. And so if you've got 100,000 people watching, that 100,000 people is in that, local viewing area. But when you get on the internet, they're from all over the fucking planet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to get that whole fan base together in one
area,
central location.
It is interesting
event.
Yeah, it's interesting to look at locations too. Because one thing that's encouraging is that a lot of our top cities are in Australia, and metalcore is huge in Australia. So I'm like, I guess if everybody there approves, we're onto something. So that's kind of cool.
Justify a vacation to Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, God.
Yeah. Tell the wife, hey, look, we're working here. I'm with the guys.
It's a business trip.
We're not just fucking off in Australia.
Yeah.
I want to go to Brazil. That's the one, because isn't that the one where they like the American guys?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I want to go to Brazil too.
Beautiful women.
Business, as Koza said. Business.
yeah. Business.
I'm there for business. I'll tell them that too. Like, I'm here for business. What kind of business? I can't tell you. That's classified.
Step into my office, ma'am.
Yeah, come in here. Let me tell you a story.
Oh man. Okay, here we go. We're gonna play Relentless.
Oh, okay. Go.
So, how many hours did it take to make this video?
This was like 8 hours of shooting for like only 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes of footage that they used. So.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is 15 minutes for every minute.
Yep, pretty much, in this case. Well, we took some breaks in between, but it was just really hot in there.
I'm going to track it for a second.
Yep.
I couldn't get away from you, pulled the pain of my grenades to run. You have to face it and never.
So do you just enjoy doing the growling vocals more?
I don't know. I think the screaming's easier for me than the singing.
Why? You're doing so good in that last one.
I know. I guess I don't know. I'm always hard on myself. I think all of us in the band are always hard on ourselves in the sense of the music. But I also think that's what helps us grow and be better. Even if we are good, you know what I mean? Like it makes us want to be better. But yeah, I've definitely gotten better since the beginning.
At least you can lip sync and shit when you're making a music video.
Yeah, of course. Oh, well, the funny thing is I'm actually like screaming majority of all these videos I do, just so it sells better.
Okay. Is that you have to do that to be able to act the way you normally would when you're performing?
Yes and no, but I think it just looks better when you shoot it. And also, like, our videographer for this video and most of our videos was like, you should still scream it and like still like actually vocalize it because it sells it better, and it does. It also feels better. Like when I'm doing it, it makes me feel like it gets me more into it.
So how many people were with you guys to help you produce this video? Because the lighting is very specific.
I mean, there's one light above us in this, and he had to stand in specific positions. But so each shot you see of like each person, we all moved around a little bit. So those shots of each person would look really good. But only one person, one guy.
Oh man.
Wow. And right now you're about to hear another choir, like any other song that I threw in.
Get to listening. When it's something we enjoy, we forget we're doing a show. I'm going to have to turn it down. Yeah. we want you guys, if you want to hear it, you'll have to go find their YouTube channel, which we'll have links to their main website that should get you anywhere you need to go in the description of our podcast today. Well, see, that sounds fine. Like I like those backing vocals, though. I mean, that's my favorite part.
Yeah, it's the part that you want to sing along to, right? Like you hear that, you're like, I want to sing along to that. That's why I like throwing them in there. It's like especially when we do a live show, it's like, it just, when somebody hears that, they're more likely to sing because they're like, oh, there's a choir in this part. Like, I want to add to this. So,
Well, that's my big thing with a lot of what I've called on this show in the past screamy ass bands is that I can't sing along with them. I don't want to go see something I can't sing along with.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, even like, that's another thing. Like, one of our newer songs that it's not out yet. Like when we were writing in a hot tub. Funny story. We were writing the lyrics. We went to Nashville to record the new 4 songs, and the last song that we had to record, we didn't have lyrics for it because we wrote it in the studio while we were there. So the 3 songs we had before we got there, and then the last one we did while we were there, and it turned out to be a really heavy song. So we had to write lyrics for it. So we had Seb, which is the first time. Like usually I write the lyrics, or I kind of get small late assistance from Koza here. But this is one that he literally just like wrote like maybe like a story of like angry lyrics. So that night we went back to the Airbnb and we got into the hot tub, and we just started looking through the lyrics, and I started piecing them together. And the one thing I like doing, not just me, I don't want to say it's just me, but like I guess I was in charge of like the flow of how it would be delivered before we got in, is that I always, even if I was like new, I'm like, this is going to be all screaming. There's not going to be no singing in the song, no choir, no nothing. But I'm like, I want it to still be catchy. You know what I mean? To kind of be like, oh, like how it's delivered. So hopefully maybe at some point in the future, if you hear that, or if we're on and we're like, oh, listen to this song, maybe we could see if you if it still clicks with you in a catchy aspect, because that's something I also don't like. I mean, I listen to metalcore, but I don't like bands that just scream nonchalantly, that doesn't really stick with you, that's forgettable.
Yeah.
So I always like
many of them.
Yeah, there's a lot, but there's some bands out there that can do it and do it well, where it's like, okay, like I still think that's catchy. Like I get that flow and that vibe that like even when I turn it off, even though it's screaming, even if I don't know the words, I'm like, still like that, the way they delivered it still sticks with me. So that's something I try to do, hopefully. Yeah.
It seems like when we started this show, or even before we started this show, and I would host other podcasts, and I would go to interview bands, and I'd go specifically looking for bands. Every single band that I would find would be some kind of deathcore, death metal. I don't know what the difference is. It's just people scream. And I remember there was one. Chris, I think I told you this story about when I went to. You remember me telling you about the band that opened for Guar?
Maybe.
They had they didn't even really have lyrics, so it was a drummer and a guitarist only. And the drummer would bang on his drums, the guitarist would do whatever the fuck he was doing. Which, by the way, did not go together like at all. And then instead of singing, he would do one tone the whole time. So he would just go.
Maybe it was grindcore.
I don't know. He would just go like
grindcore to me. Yeah, it sounds like grindcore. Yeah.
And then every song sounded exactly the same, and every song had a different ridiculous name. Like I remember one of them was called Turd Knife because that article had come out on Reddit about a month before that, where somebody asked if anybody else keeps a knife in the bathroom. I'm saying, did you not remember that?
No, I'm surprised though because I'm on Reddit all the time. I can't believe.
This was like 2018, and somebody on Reddit had just gone viral for a post where they posted a picture of a old rusty knife that they keep next to the toilet, and said, "My whole family growing up, we've always had a turd knife."
Oh my god! Space, write this down.
And
write this down now.
I was asking if anybody else's family keeps a turd knife. So this band I tell you about, one of their songs, they tell that story at the beginning of the stage. Of course, I'm giggling. I'm front row center because I'm just there for Guar. And I'm front, and we all kind of giggle. It's like, this song's called Turd Knife. And of course, just like every other song, goes, "Ooh."
Yeah, so like that sounds like, I'm not gonna lie, like I can probably like 95% tell you what the genre is of that, even without even listening to it. Which I just said was before. It's probably grindcore, and like grindcore is usually like famous for that because it's like they'll be like, this song's about like there's. You guys ever seen a page called Catatonic Youths?
I don't think so. No.
It's a Instagram page, and they have like really bad like artists, like cringy artists, cringy music. It's if you like cringy stuff, like that's up your alley. But there's this guy, this really skinny dude, and he's playing grindcore, and it's just him on the guitar, and he has backtracks of drums. But he'll be like, this one's about sex and drugs. Let's see what's up, and then it just cuts them going like a very low, like gurgly scream with just blast beats behind it. And then another one, he's like in the background just goes gonorrhea, and then he just goes and he just starts screaming more. It's like the dumbest thing. You think I can actually send it to you?
Send it to me.
I actually want you to like see this, and then hopefully you guys follow Catatonic Youths because it's actually a giant. It's a huge page. Like a bunch of celebrities comment on stuff all the time.
So let me ask you an off the wall question then.
Yeah.
Can you summon this demon voice anytime? Like, could you be on the pizza with like ordering a pizza off the phone, like, "Oh, double pepperoni"?
Oh yeah.
The
thing is, I pop out my screaming vocals usually when I'm listening to like 90s like pop music. Like if I'm listening to like Backstreet Boys or something,
he doesn't mean Backstreet Boys growl. He did it recently once in the car. I was like, all right.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just feel the need to just when it's like Kelly Clarkson or some shit like that, like fuck old shit. Yeah.
You guys should cover something like that. It'd get some views on YouTube and get some attention. Yeah. Do Any Man of Mine by Shania Twain. That'd get some clicks.
I've thought about it, but then but the thing is, like, there's so many people who've done it, and I'm just like, like a woman. I feel like it would be appropriate more if it's like a if we're at karaoke, which I did do, I think, recently. Didn't we do it at karaoke? Did we actually record that or no? No, probably not.
Oh, there might be a video somewhere.
Do a death bluegrass bluecore. All right.
What is it?
Hey, I'm giving you ideas here for free. Okay, so listen, this is your $1 million idea. Okay, this is how you're going to be famous. You're going to make $1 million, then you're going to come back to the show and you're going to be like, dude, thank you for this idea. Okay, so you're going to take bluegrass songs, all right, and you're going to cover them in that style, and you're going to call it bluecore, all right. So
That's
it's
not
like,
bad.
you get a line and I'll get a pole and I'll go fishing down the crawdad hole.
That's like a bad idea, honestly. I'm honestly, I'm trying to get ideas too now.
Yeah, like, honey, let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. You know, I mean,
I'm down
I'll
for
fly away, all glory, in the morning. Hallelujah, by and by. You know. I'm down for this.
This is it.
This is it. You got it.
This is the ticket to all of our dreams.
By the way, I sent you the link. By the way, I don't know if you got my last email. Hopefully you did. But I did send you another email with the link on it. So hopefully you get that, and then you guys could watch it and you guys could enjoy it. And if it does, and you could tell me if it does sound like what you listened to at that Guar show, because.
Okay, sure. So I did get your first email.
Okay.
And now we're waiting on.
It should be I sent it as a reply to that email. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, so here's what happened. I did not get the first email.
But you got that one.
And instead I got this one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go. What the fuck? It sounds like cricket.
Wait for it, though. Keep listening.
People are serious. Like, somebody is a fan of this, for real.
I mean, I don't even know. Is that dude like part of a real band? Like that was a real thing? I mean, Spiz, do you know that song by Napalm Death? I think it's like You Suffer or something. It's 4 seconds and it's just screaming for 4 seconds. And they do it live. And then he's just like, thank you after it. And then they move on.
Yeah,
well,
I think it's
title, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's a very deep, there's definitely an audience for it, but I don't know where that audience lies, so.
All right, everybody, we're going to make the next 4 seconds feel like 4 hours. We call this one You Suffer. Wait, so what is Death Clock?
Death Clock is death metal, I think. I say that's death metal.
From the show.
Yeah. I think deathcore is probably the genre you were talking about, where it's like just screaming majorly, with breakdowns.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm laughing, but like I listen to a lot of this shit, so I can't even front like death metal, black metal.
So there is an enjoyment aspect. Well, then explain it to me, because is it the bizarreness? Is it that it's kind of retarded or what?
I know I'm laughing, but I can attempt to give you an educated answer.
I'm not making fun of you or anything.
No, it's kind of like a rabbit hole. Like in the beginning, you're kind of like, you first hear screaming and it's like a totally foreign concept, and you're like, why would anybody sit here listening to somebody yell at me?
Okay, yeah, all right, I'm there. And that's where I'm at right now. Okay. So.
Yeah, you're just like, what? Like,
I'm caught up on the journey.
Yeah, it's abrasive. But then you start exposing yourself little by little with certain bands that are like gateway bands, I guess you could say. And then you slowly start to I guess go further down the hole. But somebody I read once recently compared it to, and I thought this was a good example, compared it to hot sauce, where some people love hot sauce that's just insane and makes your mouth like, it's like you can't wait to get water, but they enjoy that. And I think that made sense to me. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know what about this extreme flavor I like, but I want more of it. And also thinking of the vocals as not singing, but as another like percussive element in the music, which sounds ridiculous. But if you look at it that way, rather than somebody singing about something.
It doesn't sound too ridiculous, because I've never thought of it as singing. I've always thought it was easier than singing, because why are there so many screamy bands, so many singy bands?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's harder to be a really good singer than a screamer. I mean, screaming does take a lot of technique and to not blow your voice out after 30
anybody
seconds.
could do it once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
yeah,
it's just I don't know. I mean, it's not all I listen to. I couldn't only listen to the extreme stuff, but I definitely enjoy a lot of it.
Yeah, definitely some deep cuts.
Okay, so like this one you sent, this cricket shit. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how extreme I think
I mean, I don't think
absurd.
I don't think Koza would enjoy that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. There's a level where you're like, okay, this is clearly a joke, but
there's music and then there's noise, and that's probably noise. What peace and love to that guy, obviously.
Sure, that's his life's mission right there, and you're just shitting all over it.
This is his other band. This was the band that you're going to tour with, right?
Yeah, exactly. Next week, I'll be sure to let him know that you guys hate him.
Okay. Who's these jackasses? Who gives a fuck what we think? That'd be great. We'll get 2 new listeners. Just for that. But in a way, it reminds me of another song. This song, Seventh Element. This one you might recognize.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love that song. Oh, bop.
Yeah, now this is extreme, okay?
That hits. Wait, the breakdown's coming. Hold on.
All right, hang on.
Oh, shit.
This is what you should be deathcore covering right here. This is your next deathcore cover.
Honestly?
I can't wait to see how you pull it off there.
I'll do it. Don't worry. I got you. Chaka, chaka. Oh, yeah. That's a bop. I got this.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah. It's about to drop. It's about to drop. Yeah. It hits.
Or we'll do the drop one more time. I'll fast forward to the drop. I know it because it zooms in on his face. That way you can really steal the technique.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do as good as him.
There you go. Oh, here we go. Get ready for the deathcore part.
Oh, shit. How do you do that?
Deathcore. This is dumbcore. That's what.
Dumbcore. Yeah, I love that. Dumbcore.
All right. And that also boggles my mind. That actually boggles my mind more than the cricket guy
stuff?
you sent me. Yeah, because
Cricket guy.
somebody in the world thinks this is good enough because there's so much production that's gone into it. When you see the video, like somebody
might be a backstory behind it. Could be a backstory.
And watch it. It's going to turn out to be like their version of Saturday Night Live, and it was supposed to be a joke. But since we don't speak the language, we don't get that.
It's true. I thought maybe it was like an opening to like a TV show or something, and then that guy just like had a show, and people came just to hear him sing that song. I don't know. That's what I thought. He's
like the warm up comedian.
Yeah, because if you don't watch the video when you hear the song, you can kind of see it in like opening maybe a kids show thing, whatever, in like a different country. You know what I mean? So like that's how I view it, and then it's like, but when you watch it, you're like, wait, what the fuck is this? But it went viral, so there's that, right?
I mean, there is a couple of really, really hard kind of death metal things I like. I'm going to play a clip from you here. This is probably the hardest thing that we've listened to. Okay. I think you guys should get ready because this is going to blow your mind, especially you, Chris. All right, I've never shared this with you before, so.
Oh God.
We're gonna bring back this running guy.
This hit, bro. Damn.
Oh, man, listen to that vocal, that distortion on the guitar there.
Damn. You got us beat.
God. That hits.
You got us beat.
This is. Oh, here comes the breakdown.
Oh shit! That riff though, he riffed so hard on that.
We all just got La Bamba, boys.
We got La Bamba.
Yeah.
God damn it! I knew it was coming. I knew it was about to be rickrolled or something. I'm like, he ain't putting on some heavy shit right now.
Oh man, I think we're good, man. Do you guys have anything we need to plug or anything before we go?
I don't think so. I mean, just more so, stick around. Good stuff coming. We got the fire tunes, better than almost as good as La Bamba, but we can't hit that level, but we'll get close. We can promise.
I mean, all you can do is shoot for the stars.
Yeah.
Right.
Shoot for the La Bamba.
And let's be real. If it's like 5% as good as that, you've got one of the greatest hits in the whole world.
I know. Probably gonna be famous at that point. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
After hearing that, I kind of just want to give up entirely.
Yeah, true.
It has that effect on people. I want to bring it out a lot.
I want to bring these songs. I want to go back to the studio and take some inspiration from that song now. Maybe add a banjo, a distorted banjo. We got this. But yeah, I mean, nothing really to plug. I don't think. Right, Koza? No.
Dropped the song 2 weeks ago. We got nothing. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, besides the song we just literally played.
Yeah, no, I mean, we spoke about it for a while. Yeah, I would say just the new music. There's a lot coming up. We didn't do a lot for like 8 months, but now we got like a lot on the way. So just stay on the socials and whatever people say, and you'll see us. We'll be there.
And you can find, if you head over to adventsband.com, you can find links to all their socials where you can stay up to date with everything. So, hey guys, seriously, thank you for being here. This has been a blast. I've had a great time chatting with you guys. We hope we hope to hear from you guys again in the future.
Of course.
Yeah, for
sure.
Thank you for having us.
So I went to the dentist this week.
Ooh.
And he yanked my tooth out. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh.
I went to, so Monday in Kansas City, Fozzy came to town. And I had to go check out Chris Jericho's band, right?
Yeah.
That's my next stop on my summertime concert world tour, even though it's only happening mostly in St. Louis. This one was in Kansas City, though, at a venue I've never been to called the Truman.
Ooh.
And it's the first time I've ever been. I realized two things. This is the first time I've ever been front row at a concert by myself. And it's the first time I've ever been front row to a concert that wasn't GNR. Well, let me put it this way. It's the first time I've ever been in the front row of a concert without Rick next to me. Yeah. So I've been
front row. You just have to worry about someone dying midway through, so.
Oh, yeah. You know how it is. He did that. Yeah, he pulled that shit on me one time, sitting there trying to watch a concert. Motherfucker gonna just up and die. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. How dare you?
It was 2012, but you couldn't wait till the end of the year to do that?
I know, right, dude? Like, they had 4 more songs to go. You couldn't have died during Paradise City, you fucking asshole. You had to wait for Madagascar.
God damn it. I'm a strong core, you bitch.
Oh, man, I can promise you this. At that time, that was the furthest thing from my mind.
Yeah.
I didn't give one fuck about that encore at that point in time. But no, I saw Fozzy. And, dude, have you ever seen Fozzy before? Like, have you ever checked them out, looked into it?
I've never seen them live. Like some of their music's all right. I mean, they're not like the best rock band in the world, but they're okay.
They are okay, pretty much. I mean, that's fair. They are okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, man, they really do hit different live. Because when you're there, you get the energy. Like Jericho's a worker, man. He brings the fucking thunder to the show for sure. He's definitely the star of the show. But the other guys are also just as entertaining in their own way. So, and they've got some great musicians. They had a band called Pistols at Dawn that opened. They were really good. I didn't know any of their music because I never heard of them. What sucked about Fozzy is I broke my rule that I go by. I have a 4-song minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to like at least 4 songs before I'll go see a band live and pay a lot of money for a concert ticket.
Yeah.
And I broke that rule for Fozzy because I really only know 2 songs.
Yeah.
3 turns out because I forgot about Enemy.
Oh man, that's a good fucking song.
Yeah. Enemy is the last song of the main set list before the encore when you go see Fozzy.
Nice. Okay.
But the rest of the songs. Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's the one song everyone comes to see. People still sing that for like 4 years later. So Jericho using guys as wrestling entrance music.
That was a good fucking call though, dude, because that really put that song on the map. Because that song's actually pretty old.
It is. It's I think their best song. I think like just composition wise and everything. It's awesome. Yeah. Like for that album that Judas was on, I think it was called Judas as well. The album. It was a pretty decent album actually. It's one of their better efforts, I'd say. There's a few good songs on there.
Yeah. Well, I'm adding to my rock and roll collection because I did get me a Jericho autograph while I was there. I didn't get a chance to get a picture with him or meet him or anything, but he'd already signed a bunch of posters for the event, like what do you call them? The lithographs.
Oh yeah.
He'd signed a bunch of lithographs, and they were selling them at the merch stand for $20 each. And
nice.
Well, the whole band signed it. And so I was like, $20 for, fuck yeah, I'll get the autograph lithograph. It was either that or a t-shirt. And, t-shirts, I've learned my lesson about t-shirts, man. T-shirts at a concert is a rookie mistake because this is what's going to happen. You're going to get that t-shirt. You're going to love that t-shirt. You're going to wear that motherfucker a lot.
Yeah.
And I get them when there's nothing else. Like I got a t-shirt at Joan Red because they didn't have lithographs. But if I have to choose between a lithograph or a t-shirt, I'm going to get a lithograph every time. Because a lithograph will go in the frame. It'll hang up. And it will stay pristine and perfect forever. Your t-shirts, the more you wash them, the more they fade. You wear them, the more they start to get holes in them and shit. And then, God forbid, you fuck up one day and spill bleach on them, which does happen when you're doing laundry and shit, And all of I got a t-shirt at every GNR show I went to back in the day because they were always different. And I would try to get a different one every time, but I would get a GNR t-shirt at every concert I ever went to because I always saw it as a badge of honor as a young man. And now here I sit, and one of those t-shirts, because also you get fat like me, and then you can't wear the t-shirts anymore. So one of them I'll still wear around the house because it's just a size too small. It's a size too. It's a size out of my being in public with my fatness comfort level, and the others have either faded away or been lost in one of my many moves, or shit like that. Just shit keeps happening to them. So I was happy to. I was happy to get a lithograph instead of a T-shirt, and I'm happy that it's autographed. That motherfucker will probably go in my hall up here in my hallway.
Oh yeah.
At the top of the stairs, I just got to find a frame big enough because the thing about lithographs, guys, we've got to get our lithograph game down. Bands, find a fucking standard size and stick to it.
Yeah.
Because I hate taking the motherfucker to Walmart with me looking for a frame.
Yeah, you get an 8.5 by 11, or you get like a fucking whatever size. I don't know. I'm talking like paper sizes now, but I do get your point on that. Like it's you either get a small one or you get something that's more extra largish.
Yeah, and then you try to hang them up like sequentially in somewhere and make them all look good together on the wall, and every one of them's a different fucking size. It just doesn't look good. But yeah, so while I was on my way to Fozzy, I was getting ready for Fozzy, I started getting a really bad fucking toothache.
Ooh.
And luckily Monday, I was able to, on my way, I'm such a fucking old fuck, dude. On my way to this concert, I stopped at a, where was I? I stopped at some gas station. No, it was the Dollar General I stopped at. And I bought a bottle of that shit you squirt on an aching tooth and it makes your whole mouth numb. Yeah. I don't know what it's called. It comes in a little tube about that big. It's red. You have to bite the tip off of it, which is fucking irony right there. But so what I was doing was I was keeping it in my pocket, and then I would like put my hand up like this so everybody didn't see it, and I'd periodically just coat the entire fucking side of that mouth so I didn't have to fuck with what tooth it was. And so I went to the dentist, I think Tuesday, and he was like, "Yeah, we're either going to need a root canal or I'm just going to have to yank it out." Well, root canals are like $2,000, and that's with insurance. Or we can yank it out for $125. So I was like, okay, yank it the fuck out and be done with it. So I was a little bit nervous because it's been a while since I've had an oral surgery. And the guy came in, and I didn't get to see my usual dentist.
Mhm.
Instead, he said he was too busy, so he hadn't called this other guy in. And he was kind of hard to understand because he had a really thick accent.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, that did make me a little bit nervous. Not going to lie. That did make me a little bit nervous. But I'm going to tell you, man, that dude got this tooth the fuck out. I didn't hurt a bit. I was in. As soon as I gave the word, about 30 minutes, and most of that was waiting on me to numb.
Oh, sweet.
And I've not had any pain since. I'm a little sore in my jaw from, obviously the extracting of my tooth. But yeah, I have had no pain since. And here's what sucks, though. I kept the tooth, and I was going to show it to you because you should have saw this cavity, man. It was fucking gnarly. And when it came out, even the dentist was like, "Oh God, you lived with that for how?" Like, this is not a just started hurting thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "No, I mean, it's been kind of aching for a while, but it's just now started causing me enough pain that I decided it had to go." And he's like, "Man, this should have been fucking," he didn't say fucking, but he was like, "This should have been fucking hurting you for a long time," because half of the tooth was a cavity, and the cavity was so deep that if you hold the tooth up to the light, you can see the light from the shell through it. Like, it had almost pierced the whole tooth.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I was like, well, yeah, that makes a fucking lot of sense. But, you know, I was also afraid it was going to be one because, like, you can't see it unless I, like, go, or I actually pull my gums back and show it to you. Because I was thinking it was going to be one of these that you could see. Yeah. And in which case we would have had to talk about other options. I'd have had to take out a credit card and fucking get the root canal, then immigrate to Canada and to keep from having to pay it because it's cheaper.
Yeah. That's a lot cheaper.
Like you do. Yeah. Is your dentistry included in your free health care?
No, that's separate. Like, you gotta get like a good like insurance plan for that. It's like I have like my like health insurance thing covers probably. It depends. Like depend on the plan you get. Like, some of it will cover. They'll probably cover like 25% of it, or some insurance places will cover like 50% of like the visit or whatever. Like, I know with like medication and stuff, they'll probably pay for like 70-80% of it. You don't have to pay like 20%. Like, if you have like, meds you pick up at the drugstore or something, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, they didn't give me any painkillers or anything. They just told me to take Advil because I'd probably be a little sore, which, when a doctor says a little sore, he don't mean a little sore. He means you're going to be in fucking agony.
Close enough.
But no, it wasn't bad. I mean, that's really all that happened. I mean, I wanted to show you too, but here's the funny thing. When I lost the tooth, I don't know if I lost the tooth here, somewhere in this house, or in my office at work.
Oh, just be careful when you vacuum. Maybe if you find a little rattle in there. Go through the central vac system. Just dig out this shit. I ate it. I fucking ate it.
Well, it's in an envelope. Like, it's in like a clear plastic thing. Like, they put it in this clear. No. It's sealed in a thing. But here's why it sucks that I lost it, and I don't know, and I'm not 100% sure that I didn't lose it at work. My girlfriend wanted to see it because she likes gross and gnarly shit. So I was like, okay, I'm going to bring it to you and show it to you. And it never made it. We couldn't find it. So if it's in my office somewhere, I don't know where that is. Now here's the thing, though. I'm moving offices in a few months. So I'm on a countdown timer to find this tooth, or somebody's going to be inheriting my desk, my office, my space one day. And then they're going to be, hopefully 20 years from now, when I'm long retired, they'll be digging through something, looking for a stapler. Oh, what's this in the very back of the drawer? A fucking tooth. Not just a tooth with a gnarly cavity sticking out of it.
Was this office built on ancient burial grounds? Is there
Yeah.
a serial killer among us here?
Yeah, well, probably, but I mean,
Dr.
probably
Isaac
yes on
Yankum
both.
used to have his offices here. What?
I'm actually stunned I've done as well as I have, because the first question, when she was telling me, because they tell you shit after you get your tooth pulled, like no
Mhm.
straws, mainly no straws and no smoking,
Mhm.
because you'll get dry sockets and it hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've never had one.
Mhm.
And so I was like, okay, well, I don't smoke other than, pot.
Mhm.
So that was my next question is, what about pot? And she's like, just don't smoke a joint like her. And she was like, maybe do the edibles for a few days.
Mhm.
And which I don't know if I've told you this, but I've sworn off of edibles when I'm alone. If I've got a friend with me, like when you come to America at the end of the year, at the end of the summer, you're coming over in August.
Mhm.
When you show up, when you come to America, there'll be edibles here available, and I'll probably do edibles like the night before we go to Ghost.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'll do edibles at Ghost. I'll probably just smoke a joint because I'm going to
I was
probably
gonna
be the
say,
one
just
driving.
look at the gimmick that Ghost uses. That would scare the shit out of anyone on any drugs.
Well, that's part of the fun, right?
Yeah, it's like, wait, when did the Pope start wearing face paint? What the fuck?
It's like Kiss meets Catholic Mass.
Yeah, when Kiss finally meets the actual real Phantom of the Opera.
Oh man, Kiss meets the Phantom. We've got to watch that on here one
Kiss
day.
meets the Phantom of the Opera on the End of the Road World Tour.
Kiss meets the Phantom. Have you ever seen the movie Kiss Meets the Phantom?
I've never seen it. Like I've heard these fabled stories about this fucking thing. I've never seen it though.
Well, I'm gonna show you something real quick. We'll take 1 second.
All right. Because I remember you mentioned you do have a copy.
Oh, I've got a very good copy.
We like the OG one. Because I remember there was other ones where it was edited or some shit.
Yeah, they take out the crappy because it has very cheesy 80s style like background music when scenes are happening. They
80s.
take
Wasn't it
that
made
out.
in the 70s?
When was this made? 1986.
Really? So wait, they were unmasked by this time.
Well, this says copyright 1986, Wardrobe Enterprises. But then underneath it says copyright 1988. So I guess this VHS was printed in 88.
No, I looked up now. Kiss Meets Phantom of the Park, 1978. So I guess they distributed 10 years later.
Well, on the tape it says 75.
Really? Well, it's weird because I see 78.
Maybe that's an 8. I can't tell. It's really, really, really tiny print. Looks like a 5 though. Who cares? We're gonna watch this. We'll try to make a point to watch this at some point, either on the show while you're in town or whatever. I've got a copy, and we're gonna watch the good shitty version. Okay, we're not gonna watch the updated. Let's try to make it a little better by replacing that shit music with Kiss music.
Yeah.
Like,
it's their own movie. Why wouldn't they just use their own fucking music? That doesn't make sense.
I love that this has a George Lucas special edition.
That's what I was going to say too. I'm like, they're just going to keep editing it every 10 years. They're going to add random CGI'd shit into this thing. Need more tauntauns or whatever. Just fucking keep throwing it all in there.
You know how they're remaking movies and making them badass? Come on, Hollywood. Kiss Meets the Phantom is
remake
right
all the
here.
music movies. That's all we need.
Yeah, we'll watch that sometime. We've got to make that. Do you guys want to see us watch it on the show? Let us know on our Discord. Let us know in the doobly-doo if you're on Spotify. And tell us your opinion. Head over to gunsandradio.com to get your invite. If you want to see us watch Kiss Meets the Phantom. And if you want to see us watch it, we'll watch it on the air. And if you don't, we'll watch it the fuck off the air. How about that?
Yeah. We'll just get drunk and watch it. Maybe live stream it. We'll see.
That's right. Well, man, it feels like, because, we kind of had a little bit of a break in a way that we weren't expecting because we taped early last week.
Mm-hmm.
And then we delayed the episode until, Monday, just because we had so much good shit on it. It was like, well, we're not going to rush its production. We're going to get it out and we're going to make it great. So, we did the thing with the Shotcast to as our make goods for the listeners and everything. But what have you been up to since the last time we got to sit down and talk?
Dude, staying busy and grinding in this world of adult life, pretty much. So,
man, it's a trap. I told you not to do it.
Dude, yeah. Also, gonna fucking survive and make money and do things. You gotta have to, man. That's what it is.
Well, it's good to see you, man. It's good to be back on the show. I do feel like it's been a while, but that's probably a good thing because we did get to prep a lot for this episode.
Yeah, it also helps us gather some more bits and details, especially when it comes to us talking about news and all that stuff. Even if it's a little bit outdated, we still want to at least talk about something that's still interesting enough to us that we can probably make 5 minutes out of.
Yeah, that's right. So. With that, guess what time it is, Chris?
Oh, I know what time it is. We got a little intro video for this. So why don't you hit that up, Dustin? Let these people know what time it is.
We got some rock and roll headline news.
Hell yeah.
And let's start out with our top story this week. Dolly Parton has released her first single on her new rock and roll album. The song is "The World on Fire" that we much speculated about on the show. In the last episode. Did you get a chance to hear this?
I know someone posted in our Discord a little while ago, but I still haven't gotten the chance actually, to be honest, to listen to it. Man. There's been like a lot of like just music and shit I've been like listening, catching up on. We'll talk more about other music too as well later on in this segment as well.
I can't let this stand, man. I'm gonna have to give you a taste.
All right, give me a taste because I know people in our Discord were like fucking going crazy for it. So,
dude, I'm gonna tell you, man. When you hear this. Which I feel like it's a safe thing to play on the air because a lot of the listeners haven't heard it either. But I'm telling you, man, when you hear this, it's pretty great. I'm going to put it on my speaker system, and maybe you'll be able to hear it. But that came out, and it's very. I was surprised, man, because I figured it would be. Like the Leonard Skinner thing that they're doing, whichever song, Freebird.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very on brand for, So I figured she would take the safe route. She'd stick to more Southern rock and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. After I was impressed. I got to say, I was fucking impressed. Let's see if we can crank some of the volume. epic. So
yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I'm going to pause it right there because that's about a minute 43 in. So go check that out if you haven't already. I know most of our listeners have because we were praising this highly in our Discord. And also, I know it had the unintentional side effect of getting particularly our little group's attention because of the title "World on Fire" and the fact that there's a Slash song called that, and we
whole album called that.
Yeah. Well, we'd speculated, is Dolly Parton going to cover Slash? We'll find out.
I was going to say, if Dolly Parton's going to cover Slash, she's going to cover Guns N' Roses.
Oh, I know. I was pretty sure it wasn't going to happen, but you never fucking really know either. So
that's true.
And we ought to put them head to head sometime. Which one's better? I don't know, man.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be a horrible idea. Could be.
We'll just leave it on Twitter. See what everyone thinks.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Let you guys fight amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened last week. The first single from the album released. The rest of the album should be coming about November, I believe, is what I read.
Yeah, I remember a couple weeks back we mentioned it was November. It was like 30 or a little over 30 tracks on there. So it's a big ass album she's got going on.
Oh yeah,
the features are insane on that list, man.
Oh, I know, dude. She's got an all-star lineup of legends that are coming on, which we've talked about previously on the show. I think last week, actually.
Yeah.
It's weird because part of it was taped like earlier in the week.
Yeah.
And then part of it was taped way later in the week. So when it aired, it just felt to us like we just took the week off.
Yeah.
But let's see. What else have we got? Here's another piece of news that we missed over last week. After 36 years on air, MTV News has officially been canceled. And that announcement was made last week as a cost-cutting decision made by MTV parent company Paramount.
Yeah. All these companies, man, are just like writing off everything. Now it's like these like Disney and like Warner Bros. These guys can literally write off like movies and TV shows as like a tax write-off. Yeah, we're not showing them on. We're not making money off these. Write it off.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, why are we not preserving content anymore?
Well, MTV hasn't been MTV in years, in over a decade now.
And honestly, I read this, like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow, they're actually finally shutting down MTV. I was like, about fucking time. I mean, it's literally just the Rob Dyrdek channel at this fucking point. But I'm like, oh, it's MTV News. So it's like, basically, you guys would remember in the 90s with, guys like Kurt Loder and those guys talking about music and stuff. And I'm like, well, of course you're going to shut it down now. Anyone can get their fucking music news anywhere. The artists themselves on Twitter can tweet out some shit. And that's news.
I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get that there's really not a need for MTV because of the on-demandness of YouTube and artists releasing their own shit. They can cut out the middleman. There's not the MTV politics of getting your shit seen, which there's fucking politics involved in that. Guns N' Roses has talked about it. Like, look at the story of Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah, having to get it played at once at 4 a.m. and then like basically it blew up from there. Yeah,
so I mean, in a way, you guys that you control this thing, you kind of did it to yourselves. You wanted to be gatekeepers. We removed everything behind your gate and made it better ourselves because you didn't get with the times in time. So
essentially,
yeah. Which they can't get with the times in time because, one, their format is a dead medium.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but television is a dead medium.
I mean, the only thing television really has right now is like live sports. That's it. Yeah. That's what's making the big money right now, man. You see, like, I know a lot of big sports leagues, but I know especially you and I as big wrestling fans, we see that with a lot of, WWE getting like 6-7 figures. Like probably 7, almost 8 figures just to get, like one of their shows on like Fox. I mean, like, the big Fox SmackDown deal is like $1 billion deal, I think.
Yeah,
just for like 5-6 years and you get TV rights. That's what it is. Live content is what's the big thing in the last few years now.
Yeah. And WWE puts out so much content that I don't watch 16 hours worth of their shit every week.
Oh, no one's going to watch that unless
I watch the highlights on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
And then I subscribe to Peacock so I can watch the pay-per-views, but I went from watching wrestling every week to watching clips of it all week long and then the pay-per-view. Yeah. And I get just as much out of it. And now, do you miss a lot? Yeah, you don't have to sit there and watch all the guys that are coming up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're that good, somebody will talk about them and you'll see it on the internet. So
yeah. Yeah, that's even goes back to the whole just how everything's changed. There's so much shit competing with each other now. That's why television, I wouldn't say necessarily is dead. It's still going to be around. It's just not going to be as prevalent as it was, like, in the 90s where we measure everything by a metric of ratings. Now it's like ratings gives a shit. There's too much distraction now. I could watch TV or I can go on 17 other streaming services.
Yeah,
or
ratings.
Could, go on YouTube and watch some other shit instead of watching live TV,
Ratings don't matter because now you can go in and see how many plays you're getting. Like an artist gets paid per play. Yeah. We get paid per play. I mean, that's just the way that the world works now. And if you don't like it, well, tough shit. That's how it is. There's no need. Now, what I like for MTV to still be continuing and still be there for us, yeah. But if it was, would we watch it? No.
Probably not. And the way it is right now, it might as well. Right now, it's literally it shows the shit. I can't even talk about the same shit all the fucking time. It's like you might as well just throw that on fucking Pluto TV and just call it ridiculous 24/7. That's all it is.
Well, right when I think of MTV, I don't think of the bullshit that's on it now because I do not watch any of that. I haven't watched MTV in years. This bastardized version of MTV is not MTV. It's
not MTV. It's fucking Rob Dyrdek and Friends Incorporated. That's what it is.
Well, it's a corporation bought out MTV and they turned it into another fucking mindless, faceless thing like everything the fuck else. And so, I'll tell you what could have happened. Carson Daly brings back TRL on Twitch. I might watch that.
Yeah, that would see a lot of stuff like that. Like when they brought I don't know if a lot of video game fans remember they brought G4 back for a year, and I think it was as a TV channel, and they also did it on Twitch as well. And I think that experiment unfortunately kind of failed, but it was a good year when that happened. So
I do miss G4's 420 day. They were the first TV channel to acknowledge 420.
Fuck yeah.
And they would show 3D shit and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, this guy, CEO of Paramount, Chris McCarthy, he released a statement because MTV News is just one of many things getting the axe. Enough that they had to release a whole statement about it. Yeah. And I'm not going to read the whole statement. I just got a highlight from it concerning it. Because, he goes into all the detail nobody gives a shit about. I realize that these decisions will be very hard for everyone, most of all those who will be leaving. It's not something that we take lightly. We have some passionate and dedicated team members who bring their full selves to drive our brands and our businesses forward. And this is why it's so difficult to say goodbye to our friends and our colleagues. To those impacted, we deeply appreciate the passion and creativity that you have brought every day. I want you to thank you for your many contributions. And with that, we've also got an announcement for Guns and Radio. Next week, Rock and Roll Headline News will be hosted by Kurt Loiter.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a big get already. We're bringing him out of retirement.
Because the mighty have fallen that much.
Yeah, Kurt Loiter, tell us about interviewing Axl Rose. We're going to ask him about that. How's interviewing Axl?
We're not going to ask him
fucking
shit.
Limo as he got out of jail.
We're going to let him just do his thing. Yeah. I'm Kurt Loiter. I'm not sure why I'm here.
Kurt, do you ever still talk to Axl? Do you have his number?
Fuck no, I don't have his number. Why the fuck would I have his number?
I don't know. I remember watching MTV news segments from the late 90s. We're trying to get Axl to even talk about Chinese democracy.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something, Christopher. It's since I'm Kurt Loiter now.
It's Kurt Loder, by the way. No, Kurt Loder.
Listen, motherfucker, don't you tell me how to say my own goddamn name, okay? Just because you cocksuckers have been mispronouncing it for so many years.
It doesn't even sound like him anyway.
It doesn't need to fucking sound like me, okay? This is my real voice. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna put it all on the table. This is actually not even my real speaking voice, the one you know from the radio. Motherfucker, this is my real speaking voice. All right. This is how I talk. All right. I'm Kurt Loder. All right. MTV motherfucking news, bitch. All right. Now you listen here. All right, here's some shit that happened in the news. Dolly Parton's got a new fucking song out. How fucking bad is rock and roll falling that Dolly Parton is the top goddamn star right now? Let me ask you that, motherfuckers. Where the hell's that new Chinese Democracy 2 album bit? I kind of went into Jesse Ventura a little bit. Where in the hell is that Chinese Democracy 2?
Listen, McMahon.
Oh, shit. Hang on. We're getting a call.
You know, I have something I want to say here.
Oh, Vince Neil, what's your great, insightful, and thoughtful input into this?
Well, you know, I just want to say here that Kurt Loder, whatever the fuck his name is, you know, it does suck, but hasn't he been gone for years anyway and just nobody noticed?
Yeah, that is true. He's been, I think he's still alive, but I don't think he's ever been on MTV News.
What?
The only recognizable face I remember from MTV News.
Okay, name Carson Daly. All right, that was a good one. Carson Daly.
I don't think he's part of the news. He just did TRL. He was more of like a DJ.
Listen, I watch Carson Daly reruns right the fuck now, okay? I love me some Carson Daly. Carson Daly is my favorite show. When they took him off the air, he used to have that little show, that late night show that came on at like 2 a.m. and nobody watched it. I was a frequent guest on there. He had me on like every other week. And we had some great times. And, you know, I taped every episode and I still watch. 90% of my day is just watching old Carson Daly tape from his late night show.
Oh, wow.
That I obviously don't even remember the name of.
TIL, man. Today I learned Vince Neil loves him some Carson Daly.
Oh, yeah. Carson Daly is big with Vince Neil. That's good.
Yeah. Thank you, Vince Neil, for taking the time out of your studio sessions to tell us about Carson Daly.
I know, right? That was very nice of him. See,
Yeah.
See, Vince, you can be reasonable sometimes.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Nice.
We've got some other stars here that are calling in that are wanting to say something about this. I don't know if we've got time for everybody though or not.
We'll get through what we can right now.
I mean, you know, everybody's sad that because MTV News was kind of the last clinging. What do you call it? The last thing clinging to life for what that brand used to be.
Yeah.
And okay, so here's one I've got to take. I've got to take this call.
Okay.
All right, let's get him on the phone. Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Keith Richards to the show.
Whoa, Keith Richards. What's up, buddy?
I was just on MTV News is going away. And I was like, oh man, this fucking blows.
It sure does, man. Speaking of, Keith, how are you and the Stones holding up in the studio? We're waiting on some new music. I think you guys announced last year.
What makes you think that I'm always stoned in the studio?
I'm talking about your band, the Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones,
you
like
and
cocaine.
Mick Jagger and whoever's still alive there. I don't know.
Who? I don't know who that is. Why are you telling me these people's names I've never met? Aren't you bringing me my bathwater?
No, Keith.
Who are you? Why are you in my house?
I'm Jesus. That's who I am.
Jesus, the gardener. Oh, good.
No.
Hey, could you, when you're done with your plants over there, will you run an old man as bathwater? My grandkids never call me.
You have grandkids?
Heath, that's really sad, man. And you know? Yeah, I've got like 50 grandkids, and none of them ever call me. Oh man, that's kind of a bummer there, man. Do you got something you want to say about MTV News? That's why I took your call. Oh yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. I think I was on MTV News once. I mean, I think the odds
Probably
are pretty good that you were, so I guess we could say that. You want to talk about your experience with MTV News? Who? Okay, we're done with him.
Yeah, what the fuck? Jeez, wow.
Yeah, between him and that's kind of a I don't know. It came out with more Joe Biden and less Keith Richards.
Yeah, what the heck? Like, oh god, that Rolling Stones music is gonna.
Actually, I do got something I want to say about the state of rock and roll right now in MTV, if you don't mind. You
Yeah, do
know,
tell.
I could sum up pretty much everything with rock and roll music in one word. Bacon strips and ranch dressing and make a good salad when you're in a taxi cab and everybody knows that every man, woman, and child loves looking at the moon and thinking about astronauts and Chinese food. That's just a good thing. Okay, thank you, Keith Richards.
I swear he sounded like Bill Cosby for a second. I was like, oh god.
Okay, there's rock and roll news.
Yeah, well, is that no? We have one more news. We actually have some Guns N' Roses news, guys. Holy shit!
Oh shit! That's right. We do.
Yeah,
this is not a fucking drill.
It's very small. It's very a small piece, but they're playing a festival in Atlanta with quite a wide variety of like artists on this thing, which is it's a weird bill.
Yeah, I thought I had a note on. Oh, I do have a note.
Yeah, they're gonna co-headline Music Midtown in Atlanta.
Yeah,
so they're I think closing out the third day of the festival, from what I saw.
Are they closing out the third day, or are they playing on the first day? I couldn't remember.
No, they're closing out the third day. I think the first day is Pink and someone else. And then
hang on, This is the other artist we've got appearing that are notable that you've probably heard of. There's like 1,000 of them that nobody's ever heard of, but these are the ones I've heard of, so I put them on the list. Pink, Pitbull, Billie Eilish, 30 Seconds to Mars. Who the fuck is Lil Baby, and why are they sharing a stage with Guns N' Roses?
Lil Baby's like some rapper that's I guess kind of popular right now. I don't know.
Is it a he?
It's a he, yes.
Is he good?
I don't know. I don't really listen to that shit, so I don't know. And I kind of don't care.
Me either. And Incubus, but Incubus is coming to Riverport, and I don't give this weekend actually, and I don't give a fucking
Incubus. I don't know. I only know like 2 songs of theirs, and that's it.
And the reason I don't even
just
like
play
that.
Drive. That's it. That's all I'm gonna come for.
Yeah, I just don't like their music.
I don't know. Yeah, like that sort of like alt rock stuff. Listen, people like it, and it's not for us, but hey, teach their own, man.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
You know how it is. Rock and roll headline news.
Yeah, man. Guns N' Roses trying to stay relevant, but you have to stay relevant by actually making fucking music. Like these other artists that you're sharing the stage with in Atlanta.
Yeah, look at the last time they made an album.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask for their advice? Like, hey, man, how do you get an album cranked out in less than 20 years? Oh, I don't know, Axel. First thing I do is I get off my ass and work on it. Yeah,
maybe just leave it in Pro Tools or stop meshing with everything in Pro Tools. Or actually maybe keep the same band for 20 years. Stop firing people, god damn it. This isn't a Waffle House.
All right, man, now you're just being unreasonable.
Sorry, stop firing everyone. This isn't Paramount laying off everyone at MTV News. There you go.
Yeah, Axel, as a cost-cutting measure, Axel has announced with GNR that he's cutting Slash Duff out of the group.
Yeah, and now he's hiring a third keyboardist, Kurt Loder.
Yeah, and a banjo player is going to be replacing Slash.
Also played by Kurt Loder.
Yeah, Kurt Loder.
Kurt Loder's coming out of retirement. Yeah.
He works cheap. He'd get down on a banjo.
Yeah.
I mean...
And now Ricky Rackman's going to replace Disney.
That's right.
Get everyone from Headbangers Ball in there.
The only VJ I remember is Mistress Julia from Fuse, or from... It wasn't Fuse at first. It was Much Music. MM some shit. Started out as a Canadian thing and then became Fuse in America. Oh God, Mistress Julia was so hot. I wonder what she's doing now. I wonder if we can get her on the show. I wouldn't be able to even do the interview. I'd just be sitting here drooling on myself the whole time.
John's like,
God, she's beautiful. That was the first woman I fell in love with, was Mistress Julia. I definitely had a type. Let's see if we can make that happen.
We'll see. Definitely.
I mean,
fuck, out there. Any fans of ours, send us some shit our way. You know.
Yeah.
Give us some clues and some leads. You know.
Yeah. If nothing else,
maybe with all these managers we're talking to, we're gonna find her manager. Who knows?
Maybe. I would not be surprised.
Manager rabbit hole.
I was not expecting some of the artists that we've talked about. I'm not going to announce anything on the air.
Oh, no, not yet.
I don't like to announce it till we've got it in the fucking can.
Exactly.
So, I mean, same with Advents. If they show us today, we're going to have to sit here and tape we'll have to tape an interview segment with Vince Neil or something.
Oh, we already got we got a few interview segments already.
Oh yeah, we do got some
callers in there. Yeah,
we do got some Vince Neil news in a way, I use the Vince Neil in quotation marks. Our Vince Neil, not the one in your world, but a similar.
The one in my world. We want to step in my world.
The one in our bizarro Guns and Radio world.
Yes.
So, like I said, we had some time off, and I spent that time getting, graphics done, some things that needed polishing off. Still haven't made a new Shotcast intro. Never did get around to that. And all the fucking intros and bits and shit I was putting together for us. And plus researching these guests.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just haven't been on air. We've not been off. Per se.
Yeah.
We've just not been on air. Kind of like next week. We do want to tell you next week will be a best of. We're not going to be off. We're just not going to be on air.
Yeah.
Next week. And we have no idea.
You're busy for Memorial Day long weekend.
I am, but I'm also, we've got, I don't want to say her name yet, but we've got another artist lined up for the Sounds of Summer sessions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You sent me some of her stuff. I listened to it recently. It's really good shit.
Isn't she a whole rabbit hole? That's the thing. I don't want to say her name
and
yet.
We didn't even go searching for that. That came to us somehow.
Yeah. Which, we might talk about at another time.
When that interview happens. So,
I mean, it's not bad to say that they approached us, but I was really glad they did, because when I started listening to her music for research purposes, before, I wanted to. Well, first off, before I would even accept having them on as guest, I wanted to listen to some of their music, make sure, we didn't have some shitty band coming, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And, she turned out to be a whole rabbit hole that I got down, and she's put out so much music that and it's good. You start out with the music video that we're going to watch on the show, which which one that's going to be, the first one I sent you.
Yeah.
And then you just let it play, and hopefully you guys will have a similar situation.
Oh hell yeah.
But I was digging through some of, let me see if I've got it here already uploaded. Oh, I do. I was digging through some of our older files and everything. Kind of, sometimes I have a habit of just throwing shit in the digital archive and then sorting it later. Well, I was sorting it later, and sometimes folders get in other folders and things like that. So a couple of years ago, when we did the Dwayne prank call, we wanted to follow it up with another prank call. We've only ever done maybe one prank call on this show ever.
Yeah. That was the one where we got him was that for season 1?
Yeah, for the finale, when we tricked Dwayne into doing our countdown.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, it's not the older Dwayne call.
Yeah. But this one I recorded a couple of years ago. I had discovered a website where you could listen to radio stations that only do call-in shows.
Yeah. Well, I thought you found this on Twitch.
No. This was on some radio station.
Oh, like on pirate radio.
Something like that. I don't know. But so I'm listening to the show, and it's a psychic. And so while I'm listening to the show, I'm putting together the background shit you're going to hear and kind of the storyline that I want to tell when I get her on here. And I know she's full of shit because she instantly started reading me.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's trying to, of course, she's using the information that you'll see in the call. But
Yeah.
So I called the psychic radio show and got a psychic reading as Vince Neil. I was on hold forever.
Oh my
and
God.
As Vince Neil. Yeah, we need quotation marks. Vince Neil. This Vince Neil, not the real one. But so I called in. Of course, I was on hold for like 2 hours, and then the whole show itself was so fucking long, and I had to record it while I was going because I never knew when she was gonna throw to me.
Yeah.
So when she finally did, I got it, and then the file was big, and I don't know what happened. I think it was about the time that you remember when that laptop crashed? You remember that episode we had where I lost my shit and I threw some shit at a laptop and it knocked us off?
It goes either right in the season 1 or right at the beginning of season 2, I believe.
I don't remember when that was, but I know it was on that computer. So I guess I thought it when I upgraded the computer here, I thought that it was gone forever and it was just lost. And then I stumbled on a file and I hadn't labeled it properly. Mm-hmm. Is what happened. So this is totally my fault that this has taken years for us to actually air on here. But I hadn't labeled it properly. And so what you ended up getting, I finally got it trimmed down and got just got it cut out to just to where
you got the parts you're
going to, well, the parts you're going to hear because we didn't want to sit here and play the whole fucking show. But here is Vince Neil prank calling a psychic hotline. Let's see what you guys think about this.
Good morning, beautiful soul. Welcome to Psychic is the Beginning, Healing is What Follows. Let's keep going. Let's take a caller right now. How are you this morning? What can I do to help you?
Oh, hey there. Thanks for taking my call. My name is Vince, and are you able to reach out to people on the other side who have passed on already to send them a message?
Yes, I do communicate with people who have crossed, poor people who are struggling to cross.
Okay, so here's the situation. I'm in a band, and my guitar player has died again, and we need to send him a message before we go on tour.
Who is the female that's closely connected with him?
Yeah, you're going to need to narrow it down a little more because there was a lot. I mean, he was a pretty badass guitar player.
He's telling me that she's just feeling deeply, deeply guilty.
Well, he died having sex with a woman, so, I mean, she probably should. But, I mean, we told him several times that he was getting too old for this crap because, I mean, the girls he would take backstage were like 20 years old.
Here's what I want you to hear about that. He doesn't want her to feel guilt about his passing because it looks
well, here's the deal. We're going to try to bring him back to life so we can have him for the tour. So if you don't mind, if you could just help us channel the energy into this Ouija board that we've got here, then just let's just take an...
But I would say if you're going to do things like that, just make sure everybody's sober.
Well, that's a tall order with this band.
When people have been under the influence of anything, and if somebody or some energy is lurking around...
Oh, hey, we're getting something. Hang on 1 second here. Spirit on the other side.
Stop.
I command you to show yourself.
Leave it alone.
Oh my God, I think we just summoned a demon.
You mean like with evil energy?
What? No, the friendly kind. What the fuck do you think I mean?
No, don't be afraid.
Whoa, hold on, Vince.
Oh, Tommy Lee, hey, my drummer's here.
Don't worry, dude. I got this.
Oh, Tommy Lee, what are you doing? Oh, he's running right toward the demon.
Leave him alone.
Wait, what are you doing?
Come here, you big, scary, sexy demon.
No, stop. Don't, no,
What's happening?
Stop.
Dude, Tommy Lee is like totally fucking the demon right now.
And the more energy we give to it, the bigger and stronger it gets.
Well, he ain't looking very strong right now.
Okay, well, I love you all. Have a great night. We'll see you again soon. Good night, everybody.
Motley Crue got another show pulled off the air.
Then she had to hang up on me. She hadn't hung up on me.
Yeah.
Mick Mars, what was gonna happen was you were gonna start hearing Running with the Devil. No, it wasn't Running with the Devil.
Kickstart My Heart.
Shout at the Devil.
Oh.
You were gonna start hearing Shout at the Devil start to play as Mick Mars rose out of hell and slayed the demon. And then we were going to thank the psychic for her services, and that was going to be the end of the call. But she got through most of the shit that I'd queued up
Yeah.
to play while I was talking to her. So
Oh my god.
she hung in there a lot longer than I thought she would, to be honest.
Yeah. You gotta give her credit.
How do you come back from that? Like,
You can't.
and she can't say, "Look, I know you're full of shit," because, well,
Yeah, look, it's called the cow block right there.
yeah. I want you to know that the female he was with, like, and I just had to ad lib. The problem was she wouldn't shut the fuck up so I could move the story along, so I had to keep interrupting her. Oh man, yeah, Vince Neil calling a psychic.
That is classic radio right there.
Finally played on air after all this time.
There you go. Best moment of season 4 right there. Putting that shit down.
Let us know if you want Vince Neil to call other radio stations. I'm sure I'll have to do some digging to find that website again, but I'm sure we can find somebody else for him to fuck with. Motley Crue. Yeah. Well, do you want to, how much time do you have at this point? Let's pause for a second. How much time do you have?
You want to just get right into the song review, or?
Well, you said you had an hour. We've been recording for an hour, so that's why I'm double checking.
I still got some time. We can do the song review at least.
All right. With that, I don't think we have. We don't really have anywhere else to go.
Yeah, I mean, unless you got another Vince Neil prank call.
No, I can't believe I found
Not
that
yet.
one. Where is this? Let's see. Is this it?
Your diamonds.
Your diamonds.
Darling, your diamonds.
Yo, your diamonds. Okay, babe. Your
Your
diamonds.
diamonds, those are $1,200, baby. I can't afford this shit. Gotta put you to college too. What the hell?
Oh man, you know what? This the whole review. We should just do well, Barbra Streisand's not Italian. Who's Italian? Because that's more of like your New York Italian.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do like my soprano here. Oh, Christopher, why you disappoint me?
Are you channeling your inner Italian father there? Is that
No, not at
Yo,
not
Christopher.
at all.
Oh, hang on. We actually got somebody on the phone. This is Papa Caputo. Oh, Christopher, why are you disappointing me here? You're doing the show. You got Vince Neil fucking demons. You got Keith Richards on here. He's like, God
Wasn't
damn.
Vince Neil fucking demons? Blame Tommy Lee and his enormously large instrument that he calls.
Oh my God. This is what I pay so much for your college for.
I've already been out of college, man. I have a
Oh
job,
my
dude.
God,
Don't worry.
that's even worse. I paid all of this money for you to go to college. I'm doing Pat Patterson. Oh my God.
Also, you're doing French Canadian now.
You're even so much worse here. I'd pay for you to go to college and you do this stupid show you got. Tommy Lee, fucking demons and shit.
Well, he's gotta fuck something. It's Tommy Lee's, or he's gonna post his blue balls on Instagram randomly one day.
Oh man, let's get into. Oh shit, I put it in the wrong place.
God damn it!
After all
You're
that,
busy doing impressions, and you're.
Oh, welcome to Guns and Radio, everybody. If you're new here, this is what happens. I do things, I fuck them up, and
you do things, or I do things. One of us fucks it up somehow. I've done my fair share, so I can't complain.
And I'm not sure that this is even the right song. Let's just put it up and hope for the best. Oh, it is.
Got a piano intro?
Oh, hang on. Here we go. Wild man say only fools rush in, but I can't. Oh, here we go.
I was gonna say it was exactly that song.
It does, don't it?
I'm holding on to every word, everything you are. Ooh, baby.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, yeah, very much.
And all of the dreams you made them true, I owe it to you.
You know, it is wild how much that did sync up with I Can't Help But Loving You when I was doing that.
Oh, insane.
I got so much more out of
Falling
it.
in love, can't wait.
Yeah, I don't know the words.
That's the chorus. And like, didn't like UB40 like sample that and make a fucking white boy reggae song out of it?
I don't know. I haven't
Ooh.
looked that up.
For the makers of Red Red Wine, here is some.
I am an Elvis fan though. It's just not
Yeah.
one of my go-tos. I go for more as hard rocking kind of, because Elvis did have some hard shit. It's just they don't play a lot of that, you know. Well,
Yeah.
hard for the time, as hard as
Yeah.
Elvis is going to get, you know.
Yeah, or until John Zand did the. I almost said John Zandig. I was going to say Danzig.
Glenn Danzig, baby. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love how
Until-
Mike Danzig and Elvis are the exact same.
Yeah, until Zandig says, let me make this into like punk rock. And really
Zandig.
bad.
Zandig is a character from Street Fighter. I'm thinking of Zangief.
That's Zangief. No, Zandig was the ultra hardcore pro wrestler. He's a fucking idiot.
I'm Zandig.
Jesus.
And this is my tag team partner, Danzig. Why didn't I think of that? I should have did a Glenn Danzig gimmick when I was in wrestling, man.
Shit, that would have been perfect.
Come on, hey everybody, I'm Danzig, baby. I'm Zandig, baby.
Danzig Elvis.
Whoa, you're gonna get your ass kicked by me tonight.
Watch out, please move. The king knows karate. I'm gonna give you a chop of horn.
Somebody give me a hot dog.
Ain't nothing but a hot dog.
Ain't nothing but a hot dog.
And a little handshake on the side. That's how I get paid.
Well, you better hold the relish because I don't like veggies on mine. Yeah, Danzig, baby. Whoa! Come on, Jerry Only.
Come on, Doyle.
Come on, Doyle. You play that guitar, Doyle. Remember, it was just, I don't even know why we make fun of Danzig for eating hot dogs all the time. Like, that's just a Danzig meme. And I have no idea where the fuck that originates.
No, we just make fun of Danzig for his shitty Elvis covers.
Oh, we make fun of it, dude. If you go to any Glenn Danzig website, fan site, anywhere, everybody's talking about hot dogs, and I don't know why. Like he's like
Sonic with the friggin' chili dogs, man.
And it's been like that for years. We've been making fun of Danzig with hot dogs for years, and I have no clue why, like where that comes from.
We may never know until we interview the man himself.
Yeah, come on, Glenn.
At Guns and Radio.
Yeah, come on, Glenn. Do the show.
Yeah, do it. You know you want to. Just fucking do it, bro.
Fuck yeah. We'll have you on the Sounds of Summer series.
And now it's time to let you know. Ooh, I wanna dress you up in diamonds. Ooh, I wanna bathe in your light. Ooh, I wanna dress you up in diamonds. Girl, I'm gonna love you till the end of time.
It's one of those expensive hookers, like in that movie Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I mean, either that or a sex doll.
We've all fell in love with a hooker. Let's be real. Let's just be real here. It's happened to everybody.
You got curious, look at some images online, you're like, oh. Then you hear Marvin Gaye playing in the background.
Let me tell you, the picture you're seeing online is never the girl you're going to get. From what I've read, I don't know who gets a hooker online, because why do you want a paper trail? Like, that's why they shut down part of Craigslist. I heard, because like people were getting hookers off of Craigslist, and I was like, wow, this sounds like the beginning of. Oh, why am I in a wheelchair with half my lower body melting? Well, let me tell you, it all started out when I got this hooker on Craigslist. My skin turned green. Yeah. It's funny because I have like a schmear, like a green schmear of everywhere she touched me with it. Yeah. She's a perfect camouflage. Like when I take my shirt off, it's perfect. It looks like camouflage from where she rubbed all over me.
What the fuck?
It's a hooker on Craigslist.
What the fuck? Fucking play more of the song.
Channeling his inner Duff McKagan right now. I'm feeling you close, baby. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Baby, man.
I'm going to give you some time. Have a
fucking attitude.
Because you got some fucking attitude.
And now it's time to let you know. Ooh, I want to dress you up in diamonds.
Listen, girls, if you want to hook up with me, I won't dress you up in diamonds, but I'll take you to Goodwill.
Yeah. The only diamonds I'm going to dress you up in is costume jewelry.
No, even that's too expensive. All right, before we get into the solo here, let's do the Caputo lyrics gimmick.
All right. We'll start from the first verse here. There's not much lyrics, actually, which is interesting. They're very, very short stuff here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm holding on to every word, everything you are. Ooh, baby. And all of the dreams you made come true, I owe it to you. And now it's time I let you know. Chorus. Ooh, I want to dress you up in diamonds. Ooh, I want to bathe in your light. And there's a ooh, I want to dress you up in diamonds. Girl, I'm going to love you to the end of time. Ooh, ooh.
Okay, so while you were doing that, I got a notification that I've got a new message from Alexa here, who's become, a running character on our show here.
Our odd time producer here.
Yeah, let's see what she's got to say. You know what I'm going to do? Here we go. Alexa, what's that message?
One new notification. Dustin Burcham has new messages. Try saying, play my messages.
Play my messages. Alexa, play my messages. See, it's like Jeopardy. You got to do that. What is?
One for Dustin. From Rick Dunsford.
Oh, God. Is that it? What's the fucking message?
Would you like to listen to it?
Yes.
I can't find I Don't Want to Be a Superhero by Roadrunner United.
What? Play the fucking message. Alexa, do I have any messages right now waiting for me?
No new messages.
What the fuck? Yeah, sure.
One for Dustin. From Rick Dunsford. Sharing a song I Don't Want to Be a Superhero by Roadrunner United. Received in the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
Would you like to listen to it?
No, thank you. I'm listening to another song.
Back to messages from Rick Dunsford. To access all your messages, just go to the Communicate section in the Alexa app.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So I guess he's sending me a new song.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, what?
Yeah. What kind of confusion was that?
Yeah, that was weird. But Alexa Strikes Again, man. We gotta make a compilation of all the times that shit's happened in this season alone.
Yeah. That's why I leave her here, man. She makes great radio. So
exactly. We can always voice our frustrations at a shitty song at her. Give us something better next time, Alexa. God.
Very doo-woppy guitar solo.
A little bit.
That's where you got the backup dancer smiling. All right. I'm not hating this actually. I mean, we're having a lot of fun today, but I'm not.
I don't know. I'm like the opposite.
Hate it.
I'm ready to go. Like, we'll go through it. No mercy rules here.
Got a little intro or outro there. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Your Diamonds by Adler. And it is your, not you are.
Well, yeah, no apostrophe. Grammar.
They used the correct one.
Yeah.
I guess Dress You Up in Diamonds would have taken... They had to pay per character on the CD.
Yeah, probably.
And then the one that you hated took up all the budget. So
there wasn't enough room in the metadata to put the longer title.
Yeah.
Can't put Dress Up in Diamonds on MP3. Sorry, character's too long.
Well, you said you're definitely thumbs downing on this one.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was like, oh, this song fucking bored me to death, honestly. I don't know. I feel like this is like if you're trying to make like a ballad, like a love song, you gotta at least show some sort of like, I don't know, better lyrics, better like everything. It's just, this made the fucking Hinder's Lips of an Angel sound like fucking Sweet Child of Mine. Like, this isn't terrible. Like, the solo was like, eh. Everything else is just, bleh. I don't know. Well, I want to dress you up in diamonds. So what? You want to... The fuck? This sounds so like, I don't know. This doesn't sound like, oh, wow, it's a really good love song. It sounds like you just want to basically fucking have a Build-A-Bear for a girlfriend.
Well, I wouldn't want that, in all fairness.
Oh, God. This song's not great at all. It's fuck. I don't know. I just don't like it. I was bored. I was like halfway through. I'm like, I would literally turn this off halfway through. But since I did make the establishment of no mercy killing off the songs, I have to sit to listen it through it. Fuck, I don't even know what to rate this. The song's boring.
Just don't even think about it. Just throw out a number.
Fucking half star.
Okay.
0.5. It's not 0 because there actually is like, it's actually a coherent sort of like song, even though it's like slow and boring as fuck.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't always get a coherent song on this show. So I can see your criticisms. I don't know. For me, I kind of I like a little bit of that doo-woppiness and that old school rock and roll kind of vibe that it's putting off. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it by any stretch of the imagination, but I didn't hate it at all. I did. I'm kind of confused as to how this fits in with the Adler sound for that band, but I get you don't want every song sounding the same. So yeah, I mean, I guess kudos to them for kind of going into a different zone and trying something else.
Yeah.
And it's not going to pay off for everybody, but it's not horrible. I mean, I'm going to give it my score. I was sitting on was about not even a 2.5, but a 2. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5, and that brings its total score to 2 and a 4th.
2.5 out of 10.
Oh, 2.5 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, that is. I don't know. Some bands, man, just can't make a good ballad. Like Motley Crue only had one good ballad. The other 99% were dog awful. And I think either I don't know if you can. If there's another ballad that's better than this, I hope, man.
Yeah,
this
we
just
might
sounds
be
very
finding
like
out.
cheesy.
It was cheesy. Cheesy, but I can't hold. I've said
Like if there's
before,
good cheese, sure, but this just like sounds like really. Why?
this is bad cheese.
I wanna be your fucking bitch. Yeah, but where are my diamonds?
You're rubbing diamonds. Yeah, I probably won't be going back to this one. I'm getting messages here. Oh yeah, it's
Same
Ricky
shit.
D again.
Ricky
Hey man,
D.
just check out. I bet you $5. I haven't looked yet. Before I look, I bet you. Hey man, did you check out the song I wrote? No, it's actually it's a breaking news. From Bailey.
Oh shit.
The Foo Fighters revealed Josh Freese as their new drummer.
Former Guns N' Roses member Josh Freese.
Oh,
for all of 2 years, but still, former Guns N' Roses member.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get with Bailey and tell him that thank you. Well, he's probably listening now. Let's see. This is from an article in RollingStone.com. Renowned and always in demand drummer has had 10 years with Guns N' Roses, Nine Inch Nails, Devo, and dozens more. The Foo Fighters have officially revealed during their Preparing for Music concerts live stream on Sunday, which I guess is today. When was this released? May 20th? Yeah, this is today.
Breaking right now is recording.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hang on. We got to throw in the breaking news. We don't have a graphic for breaking news. Josh Freese will join the band full time for their summer tour, filling the vacancy left by the late Taylor Hawkins.
I would have thought maybe they'll fill it now and then listen if Taylor Hawkins' son wants to join in anytime. There you go.
Well, Taylor Hawkins is dead, isn't he?
Yeah, but his son's a drummer too.
Oh, is he? Well,
I remember, I think at one of the big tribute shows they did for Taylor Hawkins, his son filled in on drums for a song.
Well, maybe.
So I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Who knows?
It is, but I mean, it's cool.
Still a great get, man. Josh Freese is a hell of a drummer.
Yeah, it's good that Josh is doing something again.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, he was probably, I don't know if a Perfect Circle is doing anything anymore, but I guess now he's taking this gig up. So,
Perfect Circle or Foo Fighters? Who you gonna love? You know,
it's true.
What you gonna do?
Yeah,
I mean,
so like, I guess now he's gonna be playing live with them. I guess maybe, I don't know. Did it confirm anything? Yeah, did it confirm like that he's going to be on the new album? Was he like recording music?
It didn't say. It didn't say, but I would have. It just said full time. It did have the words full time in it, so I'm going to assume.
So maybe he's just going to be on the road. I guess maybe I think knowing Dave Grohl, he probably would have just done the drums himself on this new album. Then probably for the next one, we'll get Josh Freese in there.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know, or maybe
that's
they'll
a good get, man. Because I heard the early rumor was we were going to get Brian Taylor's son. But
who?
I think Brian Taylor, the drummer of Queen. So Brian Taylor's son, Rufus Taylor, who's the drummer of The Darkness.
Oh, I did not know that. Really?
Yeah, that was the early rumor I heard that. Oh, they may replace whatever. I'm like, well, it would still be a pretty good get too. But still, I think Josh Freese is probably a great choice. And you know what? Congrats to Josh, man. Congrats for the Foos. We got some new music coming in a month.
Them Foo boys.
Yeah, man. And with that, let's hopefully get some even more good news and spin the wheel and see what's coming up on the next time we'll be coming at you. Not next week, but in 2 weeks or whenever the next episode comes out.
There will be a best of episode airing in our normal place next week. However, we will be back in the studio taping a brand new episode 2 weeks from now. So yeah, we're just warning you ahead of time because we usually have to try to make good on it, and we're probably not going to do that next week. But we do have some things in the can, some older interviews that we're planning on. I'm gonna Jeff Goldblum here. I'm gonna drip drop these interviews in to give you a little.
Goldblum.
My impressions are not good. It's not my thing.
I mean, your Vince Neil's all right. Oh, wait, that's the real Vince.
That's a caricature. That's not. None of these are impressions. They're caricatures.
Who cares? It makes it fun here.
All right, let's spin the wheel. See what's happening next week or in 2 weeks on the Guns and Radio podcast.
Criminal loaded.
Well, shit.
Well, there we go. Some more loaded.
Yeah. I'm a criminal because I got some fucking not a tad.
I robbed this old bitch in New York City. I stole her purse right out of her hand.
Yeah. Hey, well, we did give Duff his kudos. Like his new stuff is pretty good. That what was it? This is the song. We did enjoy that one. So who knows?
On Shotcast Saturday.
Yeah, that was the last Shotcast that we did a few days ago. That was a good one, actually. I enjoyed that. Well, we'll see in a couple weeks' time if the streak of Duff can continue past 1.
I don't know. It
may reset again.
It's a loaded song.
That's true, but we've gotten like a couple okay loaded songs. Like at least 2.
Well, we're gonna hold out positivity.
Yeah.
Because in 2 weeks, not only is that when we actually officially begin? Oh yeah, that'll be our first. Will that be our first episode of Sounds of Summer? See me over here, got me second guessing myself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've got a very special guest that's
Ooh.
going to be joining us in that episode also for the Guns and Radio Sounds of Summer to continue forward. And I think you guys are going to really dig her work. So this will be the first female band we've had on, I think, since Paradise Kitty.
Yeah.
Fully. Well, kind of fully. It's a female singer anyway.
Yeah.
Which we had, what was it, Second Circle?
Mm-hmm.
They have a female singers?
Yeah.
Good. We get some ladies on this show for a change.
Oh, yeah,
That's
man.
pretty nice.
Chicks can rock too, man.
They can, man. And when they do, they fucking go. Like, look at Lita Ford.
Lita Ford, Lizzie Hale, we can talk to Joan Jett.
Yeah, man. Even Katy Perry. Like, outside the bubble of shit that you care for your buddies knowing you listen to.
Yeah, that's a guilty pleasure, right? Can't deny it, man. It's catchy ass shit.
It is. But, of course, it is time for us to wrap up this week's edition of Guns and Radio. Head over to gunsandradio.com and get your invite to join our Discord. Even though we won't be on air, we'll still be accessible to you through our Discord. We'll be chatting with you guys and hanging out as much as we possibly can while we're working our asses off on our break here. Plus, taking a little bit of a breather before we go balls to the wall for the sounds of summer here on Guns and Radio.
It's like that much,
Yeah, we're like taking a gasp.
It's all over the place. My fingers can't hold out that much. Damn it.
Yeah, but be sure to come back on Saturday. We're doing a shotcast this week.
We can do a shotcast.
We might.
We may.
You never fucking know.
You never fucking. We're crazy like that.
Especially
when
we're
you say it all the time.
We're on the heels of a fucking break.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
Break. I love how we keep going break because like to them they're like, oh, these guys aren't posting shit this week. They're not
sound like
anything.
Ross and Rachel from Friends. We were on a break. And then I stopped watching the shitty show.
Well, in all fairness, they were on a break. Fuck her for getting pissed about that.
Yeah, fuck both of them. This is the worst couple ever.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the show this week. Be sure to check out Advents, the band Advents, and listen to their song for yourself without our commentary over it because it is a very good song.
Oh, it is.
And but yeah, we'll see you next time, folks.
Peace.